Welcome to Mental Game Mastery, where we dive into the world of sports psychology and peak performance, designed for you to level up your athletic career.
Hey there, athletes. I'm your host, Coach P, bringing you mental performance insights and stories from being in the trenches of athletic coaching. As a mental performance coach, I get the privilege to work with all athletes across all sports. And today we're continuing the series of Leverage Your Energy. So let's recap for a moment. A few episodes ago, I discussed how we have 4 energy buckets, or tanks, if you will: the physical, the emotional, the mental or creative, and the spiritual. If you haven't taken a listen yet, please do so. Today, we're exploring one more aspect of our physical energy, and it's a cornerstone of athletic success, and that's your strength and conditioning. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting your athletic journey, understanding the fundamentals of strength and conditioning can transform your performance. So let's start by breaking down the pillars of strength and conditioning, because it's not just about lifting weights or running sprints. It's a comprehensive approach that includes power, agility, endurance, flexibility, and mobility. So let's discuss how each pillar supports your athletic performance and how to integrate them into your training regimen. Understanding and integrating these elements can significantly elevate your athletic performance no matter your sport. So let's break down each one and explore how you can develop them. Number one is power. Power is your ability to exert maximum force in minimum time. Think of a sprinter blasting off the blocks or a volleyball player spiking a ball. Enhancing power requires a combination of strength training and speed work. Plyometrics, Olympic lifts, and explosive bodyweight exercises are fundamental to developing your power. The goal when training power is to train your muscles to fire rapidly and forcefully. Number two is agility. Agility is all about changing direction quickly and effectively while maintaining control. It's important for sports that require sudden shifts like soccer, basketball, and tennis. To improve agility, incorporate drills that focus on rapid changes in direction. Agility not only improves your performance, but also reduces the risk of injury. Number three, endurance. Endurance is your ability to sustain effort over an extended period of time. And it's vital for long distance runners, swimmers, and athletes who participate in sports with prolonged durations. Building endurance involves consistent cardiovascular training, including long runs, interval training, and some cross training to prevent burnout. Balancing intensity and volume is key to progressively increasing your stamina. Number four, flexibility. Flexibility refers to the range of motion available at a joint. It's essential for executing movements that require a full range of motion and preventing injuries. So incorporate dynamic stretching in your warm-ups to prepare your muscles for activity, and static stretching post-workout to enhance flexibility. Yoga and Pilates can also be excellent additions to your training regimen, promoting both flexibility and strength. Number five is mobility, because mobility is the ability to move freely and easily, focusing on the movement of joints throughout their full range of motion. Mobility exercises target the muscles and the connective tissues, improving overall movement. Foam rolling, active stretching, and functional movements are great for enhancing mobility, ensuring that your joints can handle the demands of your sport. So integrating power, agility, endurance, flexibility, and mobility into your training isn't just about improving performance. It's about becoming a well-rounded, resilient athlete. So start focusing on these foundational elements, and you'll notice significant improvements, not just in how you play, but in how you move through life. Next, let's talk about designing a strength and conditioning program that aligns with your sport-specific demands. Tailoring your program to your athletic goals is important for success. So let's dive into how to craft a program that not just complements, but significantly propels you towards your athletic ambitions. The first step in personalizing your strength program is becoming crystal clear with understanding your goals. What are you needing? And what your coach thinks you need might be two different things. Do you need to increase power? Do you need to increase your stamina or agility? Identifying the primary objectives sets the stage for a targeted approach to your strength training program. But equally important is also assessing where you stand currently in relation to your goals. And this might involve testing your max lifts, evaluating your endurance levels, or analyzing your movement patterns. Knowing your baseline allows you to design a program that addresses your weaknesses and builds on your strengths. So, with knowing your goals and current performance levels, it's time to design your program. This is where the principles of specificity and periodization come into play. Specificity means your training closely mimics the demands of your sport or goal, while periodization involves systematically planning your training phases to avoid plateaus and overtraining. Variety is a key component of an effective strength program. Incorporating different exercises, weights, and training methods keeps the body guessing and the muscles adapting. But just because you have a tailored program doesn't mean that's the plan forever. When I design workouts for athletes, I included at certain points in time the opportunity to PR based on when each individual athlete wanted to PR. And then I would adjust the ongoing workouts accordingly. Doing so helped the athlete not have to wait for max day to set a new PR and allowed for regular monitoring of progress. So have a plan for your training protocol because I see and overhear a lot of athletes, especially during the summertime when workouts are less structured and they get to the gym and then start discussing what they want to work out that day. Being intentional means tracking your lifts, noting improvements in all five pillars, observing and celebrating enhanced movement efficiency in your gains made. Being flexible in your approach ensures that your training evolves as you do. As we navigate through the complexities of strength and conditioning, a key strategy emerges as essential for maximizing performance and preventing burnout, and that's periodization. Let's explore these principles to give you a blueprint on how to structure your training for optimal success. At its core, periodization is about dividing your training into specific phases, each with a focused goal. This approach ensures you're not just training harder, but smarter by structuring your training into macro cycles. That's the entire training year. Mesocycles, that's months or specific phases. And microcycles, and that's weeks. Periodization allows for targeted improvements while also factoring in essential rest and recovery. Periodization typically encompasses several key phases. The prep phase, where you build a base of general conditioning. The competitive phase, focusing on sport specific skills and peak fitness. And the transition phase, where rest and recovery are emphasized to allow the body to regenerate. Within these broader phases, further specializations such as hypertrophy, strength, power, and tapering or deloading phases can be integrated, tailoring the program to your specific needs and goals. So, why do we need to train this way? Well, it systematically progresses athletes from general conditioning to peak performance, minimizing the risk of overtraining by scheduling rest and recovery. And it aligns your peak performance with your competitive calendar. Essentially, it's about being at your best when it means the most. So, how do you implement periodization into your training? You need to start by identifying your main competitive event or season. From there, reverse engineer, work backward to structure your macro cycle, breaking it down into targeted mesocycles. Each phase should gradually increase in specificity towards your sport. It's also crucial to incorporate formal testing and evaluation at the end of each cycle to assess progress and adjust your plan accordingly. It's often helpful to work with a strength and conditioning coach who can tailor a program to your specific needs. So feel free to email me at coach@coachp.net if you need help in this area. I know some very knowledgeable strength coaches. However, it's still up to you to understand the principles so you can apply methodology to your training. Be prepared to adjust your plan based on your progress, recovery, and any unexpected changes in your competitive schedule. So now, what about when you hit that plateau? And I understand they're frustrating. This gives you opportunity to practice your mental game. So let's understand what a plateau is. It's a period where significant progress in your fitness level or your strength gains seems to halt. This often happens when your body becomes too accustomed to a specific training routine. So the solution? Introducing a little variety into your workouts to keep your body guessing and adapting. Variety in your training regimen challenges your muscles, your cardiovascular system, and your mental toughness in new ways. By changing up your exercises and intensity, this not only helps in breaking through plateaus, but also reduces the risk of overuse injuries. So, how do you inject variety into your training? Well, here are a few strategies. Number one, cross training. Engage in different sports or activities. If you're a runner, try swimming or cycling. This cross training approach can enhance your overall athleticism. Number two, change your routine. Alter your workout intensity, your volume, and rest intervals. For example, if you usually do long, steady state cardio, incorporate some high intensity interval training. Number three, experiment with new exercises. Introduce new exercises to your strength training routine. If you're always doing barbell squats, try switching to front or goblet squats, or do some lunges for a period. Number four, seasonal training. Adapt your training with the seasons. This can mean transitioning from outdoor to indoor activities or from team sports to individual training focuses. Number five, listen to your body. Variety is crucial. We don't want to add variety for the sake of variety. The exercise needs to make sense to your goals, but it's also equally important to listen to your body's responses. Not every new activity or change in routine will be beneficial for every athlete. Pay attention to how your body and performance responds to these changes and be willing to adjust accordingly. Next is mental stimulation. Variety isn't just about physical benefits, it's also about keeping mentally engaged and motivated. New challenges and learning opportunities can rekindle your passion for training, making your athletic journey both enjoyable and rewarding. The goal is to become a more well rounded, adaptable athlete capable of tackling any challenge that comes your way. So don't shy away from mixing things up. Your body and your mind will thank you for it. Tailoring a strength program to your specific athletic goals, well, it's a dynamic process that requires attention, adaptation, and sometimes a little bit of trial and error. Embrace the journey, as it's a profound investment in your athletic development and overall performance. Understand that the right program is the one that not only challenges you, but also brings you one step closer to your athletic goals. And it does it every single day. Now let's touch on your core, because our core is our powerhouse, essential for stability, balance, and overall athletic performance. The core is more than just your abdominals, or in my case, my flabdominals. It encompasses the muscles around your trunk and pelvis, including the lower back and hips. A strong core acts as the body's stabilizer, ensuring that movements in any direction can be performed with efficiency and power. It's the launching pad for strength and movement throughout the entire body. But beyond performance, core strength is linked to injury prevention. A robust core distributes the stresses of movement and impact. It protects the spine and reduces the risks of falls and strains that can sideline you as an athlete. Integrating training your core into your routine does more than build muscle. It creates this protective shield for your body. A strong core enhances balance and stability, ensures proper alignment and distribution of force during physical activity, protecting the spine, and reducing the likelihood of lower back pain, which I'm experiencing a lot of lately. A common problem, not just among athletes and former athletes, but non athletes as well. Your strength and conditioning isn't just about the work you put in at the gym or on the field, because recovery and nutrition play pivotal roles in your success. It's about finding the balance between intensity and recovery in your training regimen to optimize your gains and safeguard your health. The key to sustainable progress in any athletic endeavor lies in understanding that training intensity and recovery are both important. The work done in the weight room doesn't build muscle. Your workouts are breaking down muscle fibers, which then repair and grow stronger during rest periods. The challenge, however, is finding that balance. Too much intensity without adequate recovery can lead to overtraining, while excessive rest might mean missing out on potential gains.
So, how do we recognize when there is an imbalance to our training approach? Symptoms include prolonged muscle soreness, fatigue, insomnia, and even a decrease in performance. But on the flip side, if you're not challenging yourself enough, progress will stall and your teammates and competitors are going to outwork you. So it's about listening to your body and responding appropriately. And here are some strategies to help you find the balance. Number one is periodization. And I mentioned this earlier in the show. Vary your training intensity and volume throughout the year. It's about having a plan and being intentional with your approach. This allows you to push hard for specific periods and then back off, letting your body recover and adapt. Number two, listen to your body. Tune in to what your body's telling you. Fatigue, mood changes, performance metrics can all guide adjustments in your training and recovery efforts. But you need to have ways that you measure these metrics. Now, journaling your progress is a great way. Using the Heroic Athlete Daily Journal I've created, now that's an excellent way to do this. Within the journal, I have integrated a daily reflection on your training. So it's not a bad idea to be sure your performance is on point. Number three, incorporate active recovery. Low intensity activities on rest days, such as walking, yoga, swimming, can enhance blood flow to muscles without placing undue stress on them, promoting faster recovery. Number four, quality sleep. Never underestimate the power of sleep. I did an episode on sleep within this series. Be sure you take a listen. Your sleep is prime time for recovery, with growth hormone release and tissue repair predominantly occurring during deep sleep cycles. Number five, nutrition and hydration. Yep, I did an episode on this topic as well in the series. Be sure to take a listen and do further research on how to fuel your body with the right nutrients and stay hydrated. Proper nutrition supports recovery, while dehydration can prolong the recovery process and hamper your performance. Number six, scheduled rest days. This is an afterthought to some athletes. Be sure to integrate scheduled rest days into your training plan. These are as non negotiable as your hardest workouts. Rest days prevent cumulative fatigue, allowing for physical and mental rejuvenation. Number seven, use technology and professional guidance. Wearables can track physiological markers like heart rate variability to gauge your recovery needs. Meanwhile, consulting with a strength coach can provide personalized insights into balancing your training load. Balancing intensity and recovery, well, that's an art tailored to your individual athletic needs. It requires mindfulness, patience, and a willingness to adjust based on feedback from your body and your performance metrics. By respecting this balance, you not only optimize your gains, but also ensure a long, healthy, and successful athletic career. And that wraps up today's dive into your strength and conditioning. I know there are a lot of said gurus out there that claim they are experts in this arena. So be wary. The field of sports performance is forever changing. In the last 30 years, there have been tremendous strides in how we train our bodies. Remember, the foundation of peak performance is your mental game and the work you do in the weight room and on the track. So contact me if you need some help. And join me next time on Mental Game Mastery as I continue this series on how to leverage your energy, as I talk about the importance of rest. Now, if you found any part of this video insightful, don't forget to hit that like button, share this video on your social channels, and definitely subscribe and leave a review. And until next time, train hard, recover smart, perform at your best when it means the most, and remember, the time is now.